strangest day of my life, which also happens to be the worst and best day of my life. It's a trifecta of days. And it was the day I was diagnosed with having an arachnoid cyst in my brain. This was like 3 years ago, before I was even like in college, attending college at all. I was just like working job to job, being aimless, not having any real, not committing to anything, just living in oblivion. And it was a Wednesday afternoon. I went to go get my mail, and on the way back, I was just walking, and I turned, like some cute girl like catches my attention or something. I turn and look, and bam, like my neck like stiffens up, and it feels like I sprained my neck or something. And I'm like, oh man, you know, I just need to like sit down or something for like 5 minutes, and it'll go away. And I sit down, and 5 minutes turns into 20 minutes, turns into like an hour. And not only has it not gone away, it's gotten worse to a point where I can't move it without involuntarily screaming. Like it just kept getting worse. So I get my mom to drive me to the hospital, and they like pump me full of like good drugs, you know, and they do like an MRI from like my shoulders up to make sure that nothing has been broken. And they're in the hospital bed, and he comes in with the X-ray, and he says, oh, you know, good news, you haven't broken anything, but in the X-ray there's like this white dot in my brain, and he says, oh yeah, you have a arachnoid cyst in your left temporal lobe. And when he said that, you know, the world kind of went silent for a minute, and it felt like I kind of swallowed my heart, and all I could feel it was like my heart beat for a second, and I had to go to see a neurologist on the other side of the building. And he tells me what a cyst is. Like, it's a collection of fluid that builds up in your body. You usually have them like on your skin. You usually have them like in your hands or something. It's perfectly normal, but it's not normal to have it in your brain. And he tells me, well, I've been plagued with health issues my entire life. I have stigmatism. I need glasses. I'm wearing contacts right now, bless you. And I have unilateral hearing loss. I'm deaf in my right ear. I can't hear anything out of my right ear. And I just thought I was like born unlucky, just having like a lot of health issues. And he puts it into perspective, like you have an arachnoid cyst in your left temporal lobe. It's where the cranium is and your brain is. And what it's doing is constantly softening up that part of your brain. And what that part of your brain controls is depression and apathy, something like that. So since I was born, I've been constantly having this chemical imbalance, and it's been affecting my development skills. Most importantly, my social skills. And he starts talking about like my childhood. He wants me to talk about my childhood and school and stuff. And I tell him, you know, I've always been, you know, the introverted kid in the corner, just like writing and drawing and not really having friends, like make like 1 or 2 friends at least, at best. And he says, like, the good news is you're young. You caught this when you're young. Like, you might not have any development issues or like a personality disorder, which is what might happen. And he tells me, all right, you need to make a choice right now. You need to eat healthy, drink water, and exercise. And the 4th thing he told me, I never forget, is find meaning, find a purpose for your life, or else you just wander meanderously, just being depressed. And on the car ride home, I remember thinking, oh man, like I've seen this street before, like it's the same street, but it's different. It wasn't. I was different. I had to consciously make a choice to change. So I thought about it, and I was like, all right, what's the only real way I ever like connected with people was through like art, film. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be an artist. I'm gonna be a filmmaker. So I started going to college and attending filmmaking classes. Now I'm here making a speech in front of you guys. Yeah, went full circle. Thanks.